fishing again. I'm gonna try a different place this morning. I think I've got it figured out how to fish out of the back of my car instead of the front seat, and that's a pain. At least it got me fishing the other day. It's just stopped raining. It's still a little bit of misty rain going on here in Louisville, Texas at 7:10. If I can get out on the highway here and not get run over, we're doing good. All right, we're almost here. We're heading to Tower Bay. If you're ever around Louisville, and if you've been around Louisville, Tower Bay has been here for years. This boat ramp, and it used to be a little trailer park of about 10 acres, and now you can see those big condos and stuff over there. Apartments and businesses are sitting on that 10 acres. I know I used to live there. I had a couple of boats that I rented out and a couple of jet skis. And of course I had my guide service. Also, all right, I'm putting some new hooks on this morning. I got some hooks the other day, some small circle hooks. I've tied them with some 15-pound nylon leader line. No, not much stretch. On circle hooks, all you have to do is just really pull, and they kind of hook themselves. So I missed several the other day and didn't get a good hook set because of my arms and hands, but we'll see if this will help. And I've tied this on camo line. You can see it kind of disappear, the different colors. And I've got me a rod stand. Yeah, there you go. Putting my photographic equipment to use. All right, let's get this peanut butter dough put on. See there? Oh, there you go. I'm still learning about how to film like this, boys and girls. You can see that small circle hook. Just want to enclose the whole thing in there. I don't want the hook exposed, none of that stuff. The catfish, not so much problem. But carp and buffalo, drum. The drum not so bad, but the carp and buffalo, yeah, they get wary over hooks. I mean, they get leery. All right, let's go over here. Cast this out this morning. You see I've got a short leader. Don't need much of a leader on it. And I just had a hit on my chicken liver. I never even took the slack out of it yet. Let's see here. Alright, let's take the slack out of this carp boat dough here. It's a beautiful, calm morning today. Just makes it easier to see bites. I'm going to put a little tension into it. Put a little tension on the chicken liver. One thing about the chicken liver, you never know what's going to hit it. Oop. As you can see, I just got one. Oh, did he come off? Dad, burn it. No, he didn't. He's there. He was just swimming to the bank. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's a little chilly kitty cat. All right, come on up here. Oh, that's just a little chilly kitty. I don't even think that's big enough to keep. I'm gonna get over that fence there, boy. Well, it didn't take long. He liked that cured chicken. I think channel cat, because I hadn't fished in years. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 years. I think catfish had to be maybe, come on, get out of there. There it is. Maybe 10 or 12 inches long. That would be this would be good fried whole size. All right, let's get you, big brother. I didn't even have time to get my coffee drink. All right, let's get another chunk of chicken liver on it. One of these minutes I'm gonna get to drink my coffee. I got a fairly small piece. You see it threaded on here. All right, let's get this out here. I don't know if you can see it head out there, but let that sink to the bottom. Take and pull the slack up. Get chicken liver off my hands. It's been in my car 3 weeks now. It just smells like liver. There's no bad smell. That's a good thing, because I've left chicken years ago. I left chicken liver in a car or boat like overnight. Come back the next morning, man, it's rank stuff. Nothing worse. My go-to snack: hamburger bun, buttered, melted cinnamon and sugar on the inside. Cinnamon bun toast to go. So good. Yeah, now for the good stuff. That's hot, but it's good. I'll bring y'all back when I get a bite. All right, getting hit on that little brown rod, cured liver bait on it. And I had a slight, just a tug on my peanut butter dough for carp on that that silver rod. I took the slack out of it just so if he came back he wouldn't feel any resistance. Well, it's a beautiful morning this morning. Well, besides all the traffic coming up down the highway. But it's still nice listening to the birds. Got a couple of crows fighting over a dead fish over here to the left. They're like, we want it. Don't anybody else come around it. Yeah, crows are carrion eaters. All right. I use this chicken liver up. I'm 7 days out. I just put some down yesterday, and it takes 7 days to cure. Now I could bring some worms out here, some earthworms. I can't dig them anymore, but I could bring, go buy some box of worms. At the convenience store where I used to sell bait, I called the other day to find out how much they charge for worms, just for the heck of it. See, I haven't bought worms in years. They were $7 a box. And that is 12 wormies. Yeah, that's doesn't take long to go through a box of worms because the bluegill like them. So I'm gonna go bigger bait this time. hook it several times. You see that or not? Bring it all the way through. Push it all the way back out. And yes, these hooks are sharp. There you go, boys and girls. All right, let's get this back out there. See if Granny will come along and bite this, Grandma. I'm not planning on taking any fish to the house, but if it was a big one and I get to get a couple of big steaks or fillets off of it, yeah, I just might be talking about doing it. All right, there you go. I have no idea where that camera's pointing. Sorry about that. All right, let's see here. Take up the slack. Just take up the slack and set it down, and it's a waiting game. Now, as far as carp fishing, I've set all night just to get a couple of bites. They're hard to catch. Now, sometimes they'll eat earthworms too, but the problem with that is the little bitty baby catfish that are 10 inches long, 8 inches long, the bluegill will just peck the heck out of your bait. Not so much on a big dough ball like this. All right, let's check this dough bait. Let's check this peanut butter. Now, the catfish will hit it too. I don't think they won't, because they really will. Yeah, it's eroded off a little bit. You see that or not? But it's still stuck on, so I'm going to go ahead and load it back now. It stays on pretty good now. And this is what I sell in a dry form. I mix this up out of one of my packets. So same bait that I sell. So if you wonder if it stays on the hook, well, there you are. Now what we have here is some bait that I mixed up 2 weeks ago. Put the water and everything in it. And this is why I went to dry bait. I mean, it's 2 weeks old, been in the back of my car. You can see it's got a little bread mold on it. It's penicillin, actually. So it's never stopped me from using it. I think it must change the flavor because the smell changes a little bit. Not a bad smell, just different. It's actually got that kind of a yeast smell to it. So I'll just take it. I'm not telling you to do this. You could be allergic to mold. You could be allergic to penicillin. I'm just telling you what I do. And as I've told y'all many times, I ain't no doctor. So don't take it to heart. I'm just showing you what I do. I've been doing this year. It kind of has a sour bread smell, like not I won't say beer smell, but that yeast smell to it. And of course, that is what it is. It's the fermenting of the yeast, the natural yeast that's in the dough and the air. And you can see after 2 weeks in the car, it's got a little dry, but not bad. All right. Let's see if we can pitch this back out there. Go to some deeper water this time. You can see she cast on out, no problem, stays on the hook. All right, I'll show you what the old dude did the other day. After I caught that catfish my last trip, I thought, man, if I catch a big one, I'm not going to be able to get down and get him out of the water. Well, I had this old gaff from years ago when I had my guide service, my bow fishing. It was just a little short one. You can see here part of it. So I attached it to a Linden mop handle to give me some extra reach. And I'm going to put it to the test. I need to wash my hands a little bit. And it is so hard for me to get up and down here. Let's see what I can do here. Oh yeah. It's latched on good. Put a little extra length here. See that? No problem. Come and take it off, and I'm gonna put this is what you call having positive thinking. Get this out so I can get to it. I'm gonna stay up here. That's not very good positive thinking that way. There it is. Back to fishing. Bass fishing's come a long ways. Now they have those side scan things that you can literally see your lure go down and a fish take it. You can see the fish before you ever pitch to them. Yeah, we didn't have that. Back in the 60s fishing, we didn't even have a depth sounder. We had a window weight. I don't know if y'all know what a window weight's. So, here's my chicken liver again. A window weight was a weight that was in an old house, and when you raised the window, it was a counterbalance, so it would raise easier. And they're just a metal iron bar with an eyelet in the end. And we had one of those that's broke off, so it would only weigh like about a pound or so, and some heavy cord. And we'd throw that out and bring it back up and count how many number of feet the line. That was our depth finder. And we kind of had, okay, in front of this big tree on the bank and that dead tree out there, about halfway there should be a brush pile, and we'd go out there and take that window weight and dabble off in the water until we felt something. Here goes my chicken liver again. And we knew we were at the right spot, put out a couple of anchors and fish. Dunk some minnows or catfish bait or whatever we were fishing for. Usually minnows, because we were fishing for crappie back in the 60s. All right, getting hit on the carpet again. And the catfish again. All right, Mr. Kitty, come on. Come on, Mr. Kitty. And that could be a buffalo on that chicken liver. It could be a carp, either one. You can catch everything on that chicken liver. A lot of people catch hybrids on them, stripers. Getting a bite on both of them right now. It does not act like a catfish on that chicken liver. It's just slowly pulling it down. I don't it may be a buffalo. Back in the 60s, early 70s, I was really into carp fishing and buffalo fishing. We would travel outside of Dallas about 120 miles to a lake called Lake Possum Kingdom. They had a fishing barge, a floating platform that you can fish inside or outside. Inside had a TV going, and I mean, it was nice, like a coffee bar and stuff for donuts and stuff. And it was air conditioned, heated, and then of course you could go outside and be in the elements. Come on. Get on up there again, take it. And they had the PVC pieces of PVC pipe that were cut about 4 foot long. On one end, they had a cap so nothing would fall through it. And then they had holes drilled all around it. and up the top they had a rope tied, and they would get in there. The guy, the managers, would take and lift that thing up. It was in deep waters, about 40 or 50 foot of water. They'd fill that thing full of cattle cubes and let it back down there, and it wouldn't be there 5 minutes, and you could see it bumping around. There you come on. You could see the line twisting and bumping like mine is right now. And you knew some big old fish were in there. My biggest buffalo weighed 40-something pounds. Of course, we didn't have a cell phone with us at that time. We didn't even have a camera. I think they took a picture of it with a Polaroid, and it was there on the barge, which is no longer there, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I had my picture with a 22-pound flathead caught on the Louisville barge, Louisville fishing barge, and that was caught on my dough bait, 66 original. And the picture was up in there. I caught it, and they took a picture with Polaroid, and it was in, I don't know whatever happened with it. And then I had several big carp that I'd caught in pictures. They had a bragging wall. They would take pictures of people, and I don't know why I didn't get a picture taken home of me. I don't know. I can't remember if they had them developed later on and were to put them up or whatever. But I don't know if the guy that had it when the city condemned it, if he had taken anything out of it, or if it all went to the bottom when they tore it apart and got it out of there. A shame. Well, you can see I've got another table to set my coffee cup, my dough bait on, my rod. That bucket was stuck in that other bucket. I thought, yeah, I'll just turn that upside down and make my little table. You got to be resourceful if you were raised like me on a farm, cattle ranch. I don't know. I never knew what to call it. Just our place is what we called it. We didn't have a name for it like they do now, right? Ranches. And I seen a sign the other day that said 5-acre ranchettes. I'm thinking our front yard was 5 acres. I don't know how they get a ranchette. I guess it's just a selling point. I know one thing. I'm getting hungry. Well, after a rainstorm, I knew it was coming. I got caught in the rain, and I had to hustle off from my other fishing spot. And then all of a sudden there was boats coming in, and it was too noise over there. So I've come to check out this one spot, and it looks like it's closed. Yes, sir, Marie. It's gonna be up over the parking lot. Yeah, and I love fishing over here. It's perfect. The sand bass and hybrids and catfish run on this point. Oh well, I know one other spot. After that front blew in and that rain, it stormed for a minute and then ran me to the one spot. It's really, the weather's all changed. I mean, one thing about Texas, if you don't like the weather, stay a minute. It'll change really quick. Because it was really dark and all of a sudden it hit. Everybody got off the lake. I got in the car, I thought, well, I'll be heading home. And started heading home, and then all of a sudden it clears off, so I came to this other spot. Of course, that one spot was blocked in. You couldn't even get in there. But here's a spot here. I fished, I never caught a fish over here, but it's water. Oh, it should be okay. All right. It's close that I can fish off of, out of the back. All right, let's get baited up again. Gonna use this old moldy original recipe back again. Penicillin. It does have a different smell. It has a yeast smell to it. I guess it's probably changing into like what's that bread people bake? A starter, yeast starter, whatever they call that. Once again, just enough to cover the hook. Sourdough. There you go. I knew I'd get it out. That's what it smells like, sourdough. But for people that are allergic to mold, I would say don't do this, because I'm not allergic to penicillin. That's what that microcillin, whatever they call that, I believe. I ain't no doctor, but I think that's what that's called. All right, let's get this out of here. Let's see here. Set it on my little table there. I'm all set up now. Got my last sandwich out. I had oh, I'm getting a bite already. This chicken liver. Kind of that cured chicken liver. It gets you bites now. You never know what'll hit it. Everything in the world. I can get my carpet bat here. I burn it misty. That was a good hit too. Well, as I was going to get a bite of my sandwich, my bologna and cheese with mustard. Nothing fancy, just good. Mr. Carp decided to come along, or whoever it was, Mr. Fish come along and decided it would get a bite also. Get a helping hand there. Put this down here. I don't want to grab the wrong sandwich. I don't want a moldy sandwich. Let me get it rebaited and I'll put her back out. All right, let's get this dough ball back out. Just take up the slack as it's falling. And just watch your line. I'll out of here, and there's no wind or anything. I'm gonna leave a little bit of slack in the line. That way they don't feel any resistance against it. Let's see. Alright. Well, I just had a hit already. I don't know if you can see that line out there. That may be channel cat. They hit this bait. Well, it's got a circle hook on it. I'm gonna let one of them take off and just run to the house with it. Because I'm hungry. I want my bite of my sandwich. What do y'all take on your fishing trips? To me, this is memories. Well, If we were in a boat fishing, we'd just take some bologna, red wine bologna, and a big chunk of it and cut it off, and some cheese, some cheddar cheese. This is American. Always was mustard in the boat, and that was our lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Got something messing with the liver. Actually, something on both of them. The dough ball and the liver both. This old brown rod I've had since the 80s. I used to bass fish with it. I had a different reel on it. Then I broke it. You can't see the break, but I epoxied it back together because I just like the feel of it. Of course, they're no longer made. And then it got put to use as a jig reel. Fishing around brush and boathouses and stuff. Just with the 64th ounce jigs. Real light stuff. And then I switched it back over to carp and buffalo and catfish. For light line and a little pole and an underspin reel, it's where it's at. I'm seeing getting a bite out there. This chicken liver. He took the slack up, and all of a sudden, it's slacking back in. Come on, tag it down one more time. It's always frustrating fishing like this. And that's why I keep coming back, to outsmart the fish. It's a waiting game. Yeah, I've got slack on both of them, and there's very little wind right now. What it is, it's blowing into the bank, so it's not moving my lines. Something just put a lot of slack in that dough bait line. It's good coffee. I liked it better this morning when it was cooler and the clouds were over. Of course, I didn't like the storm roll through, but now it's kind of getting hot. It's humid and hot, and dang. Fishermen's always complaining about something. Water's too high, water's too low, too many trees in the lake, too many stumps, not enough trees. Too many people. Yeah, that's always a complaint. Fish ain't biting. Yeah, that's always a complaint. I've had a few times in my life that didn't hold true, though. The fish are just every cast seemed like, so especially in the spring and crappie time. Especially when I used to guide on this lake as a bow fishing guide. Oh my God, this thing is full of carp and buffalo and drum, gar of all kinds. Yeah, I see my little liver's getting a hit. Hello, liver, come and talk to me. Killing time. When I put this homemade gaff together the other day, I wanted to use it that afternoon, and I had put silicone on all the joints. They weren't totally dry, so I wrapped them in this painter's tape. It won't stick to the silicone too bad. And so I got time. I'm going to take them off this morning if I can figure out where the end of it is. All right, where did you end up? Y'all see the end of it? Let me know. That's burning. Maybe. Is that something right there? Yeah, there you go. Just killing time, waiting on the fish to bite. That's what you gotta love about fishing. Gives you time to sit and think and ponder. Solve the world's problems in your mind. And my mind ain't big enough to solve very many problems. I figure about time I get my glue all over this tape all over my hands and getting it off the glue, I'll get a bite. And this stuff is sticky. All right, come on. No litter. All right. Very last one here. Let's see, where's the end of it? I can't see the end. Probably down here at the very bottom somewhere. All right, right there, I think maybe. Yeah, this is 3M. Yeah, it's good and dry. Painter's tape, blue tape. Works good for this. Doesn't leave any residue. Sealed out the silicone and let it dry. And I went fishing that afternoon and got to use it. I see some of our resident geese are coming through. I don't know if you can see them or not. The sun's bright right there. Hello, Mr. Quackers. Quack, quack, quack. Or honk, honk, honk. Honk, 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 honk. Backwards looking at me like, what the hell? We know you ain't no goose. You're an old geezer, but not an old gooser. And my carp's getting hit again. Let's see if I can. Oh no, y'all can see it's got lots of slack in the line. And I'm gonna see if I can talk to that dough bait. I thought maybe one was sitting on it, but what didn't happen. Didn't happen. Sometimes he'll just be sitting there and sucking on it. And you never know. Let's give a ringy ding ding to the liver. Actually, I got one. That's burning. I don't know how big he is, but he sure feels good. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It don't feel like no catfish though. But it sure is heavy pulling, shaking his head good. Maybe a mud turtle. Nah, he's swimming too fast to be a mud hen or mud turtle, either one. I got a 6-pound test here. I got to be careful. I don't know how big he is. I know he'd been messing with it for a while.
Mr. Chicken Liver, Mr. Cured Chicken Liver, what are you catching me today? He's way out here now. I seen the water boil. Let's see here. That's why you always want to, whether you see a fish or not, if you've been sitting there messing with it, go ahead and give him a call and set the hook. Rip some lips. I have no idea what this fish is. It acts like a carp or a buffalo. I tell people that you never know what you're going to check. Oh, here's a good bull. I don't know what it is, but I think it's a buffalo. I can't tell. Come on. Come on. I believe it's Mr. Buffalo. I do believe. Yeah, and I thought maybe I snagged him, but no. Let's see. Maybe y'all can see that. This is why I like this light pole. If I had one of my old surf rods I used to use, I'd already have it drug up on the bank. Well, that boy's gonna flop and fight this morning. I told you that chicken liver would catch everything. There you go, boys and girls. Calm down. I'm gonna let you go. I will tell you, buffalo ribs, that's the first 4 or 5 ribs of a buffalo, the cage of a buffalo, are really good to eat. All right. Let me get in here and get the gaff hold of it. It ain't that big, and maybe 5 or 6 or 7 pounds, heck, I don't know. Big enough to have fun. All right, let's see here, Mr. Gaff. Get my safety out of the way here. I don't want to hurt him. I ain't gonna take him home. I don't want to put him, don't gaff him through the gills unless you're planning on taking him home, because that would definitely kill him. Come on. I'm gonna let you go. There it is. Got that burning. I'm trying to let you go. Shoot. Well, I'm gonna gaff him right up under here, see if that'll. No stupid old arms don't have enough strength to do that. He's tearing his lips up. Okay. You just calm down. Just stay calm for a minute, buddy. And I will release you. All right. Can y'all see that boy? Let's see here. That circle got him. I gotta get a pair of pliers. Get him out. Bring you right back. Let me get some pliers. All right, get this gap back in him. I got my pliers now. That burn it, come on. Come on. I'm gonna put you back in the lake. He's a lot heavier than I thought he was. There he is, boys and girls. Little blood, but he'll be fine. All right, let's get him back in the water. Watch him swim off. If I can get up. That burned it. It's hell fishing and learning to walk all at the same time again. All right. All right, back in the car. That buffalo wore me out. That, and it's 9 o'clock, 8:55, and it's been a long day. One channel cat, rainstorm, blew me off the lake where I was at, come over here to the other part. It's closed down because of high water except one spot, and catch that buffalo. That buffalo, once I got him up there, I would say he was 8 to 10 pounds. It was bigger than what I thought. It was all I could do on that little jig pole to get him in, and that's the fun part. I did throw him back, and the sun's kind of shining in. I did throw him back. It took a minute for him to revive himself, but he did, and he went on to fight another day, just like the old dude. I'm going home to fight another day. Thanks for being with me on my little trip.